Hey, Devin Tilley here, and we are on the clean slate here where we have all the slab put in, and this video is going to be showcasing how we're putting together this Quonset hut. We got all the roughed in electricals here, and you can see we've got all the anchor bolts set for the end walls. We're going to be wood framing the end walls here, where the side walls are the dome, 13-foot angle and then 16-foot the side. One of the things that I want to point out is where this is going to be storage for motorcycles and equipment, and you see how we recessed the concrete here, perfectly sized for us to frame in a wood buck here. And when it's done, we'll show videos of subsill on this thing to where the water is draining out, but yet we're going to have a nice transition to come in and out of this space. So stay tuned. Devin here at the Art of Construction, having as much fun as possible here at Turkey Toe Ranch.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yes, I'll come back to you.
And you don't tighten it until you get it all down. So I guess these are the screws. Put the pilot hole in. This is a string.
Key on this is starting at the top piece. When we're doing these and hand tightening all these and over flashing so all the water's running out. We've got our two end walls, or our two pieces here getting ready before we've got laborers coming tomorrow to set up this kind of jig, and we're gonna wood frame each end. So we're getting these laid out so we can finalize all our lumber pack. And then we're gonna caulk and set all this up and have everything prepped so tomorrow we can just assembly line all these things and bring them in place.
The top of the drill towards the road a little bit.
Back to you, then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun? Yes, I'll come back to you, then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
So on this system, we want to be just outside of this as we're doing a custom wood framing wall. So we're going to do a 1x2 board with a 1x8 bat, 3/4 inch CDX plywood with a 2x6 wall. You see here, we're building this out to where we finished this one over here. Where we have framers framing walls, the rest of the crew is setting these up. We found it really helps to put these 2x in the middle as we're going across, because it really helps, because this thing was really flexing on the side from the weight as we're working to line up these holes, which is one of the big challenges of all these dots you see on the floor here where we're doing that. The other thing to keep us sure that we're on our centers, we're putting these strips in here. So all these details here midstream, this would be really helpful for me to see when I was starting this. So here we're showing it to you here. One trick we found is taking the gasket off with the supplied and then using these nice anchors to attach through the structure into. The custom touches during framing are hard to fit in, but this, we're now putting in glass block that we're custom building in with stops using the good Dow silicone. And here we go, starting to put in some of the hood ornaments of this bad boy. Have it, the final one, the rigging system where we tie and use that all the way through to help pull those up. Just for safety, holding that just to make sure till we get that set. We've had our framing crew building walls that will be tilting up here, all in conjunction. Here we are putting in the walls, sheeting, and what's super cool is we have our own lumber mill. Here comes all of our board and bat custom made siding and trim that's about to go on the outside. All right, here we are, day 4 of our final session here. Today we're hoping to finish getting the framing and sheeting, house wrap, and get some windows in and get ready for the next phase, which would be trimming out. Can't see with the crazy sun there. Here we go. All right, here we are, exciting. We're wrapping. Start getting this baby tied in. And there you have it. Left the Tyvek there until we do the garage door, because we got to figure out how to attach that with what the future plans mean. Until in this great slope, we had to get creative and continuing on our scaffolding with what we got here. See the custom design, we're going to close this in from the wall that we built on the ground. One of our lessons learned is the measurements we were given was way in, so we kind of had to really work this whole thing, and now we get to fill all that in. So there you have it. Here we are, the end of the first part of the video. Had a full crew, as you saw, worked their tail off, and we got all of the board and bat siding here already air dried, because it's right here from the Rockies, and we're gonna let that air dry. You see behind me the back end wall end of phase 1. I'm gonna flip this around and give you the final tour, starting with the Y here at the Sangres. Wow, I can't wait to see that view out of that window up there. We got an operating window and a fixed window. They're ready to go. Some of the details, some of the things that's crazy is all these bolts in the bottom to nowhere. We still got several to clean up on the top there. That's why we have all these dots on the floor. You got to figure out attaching the garage door and so on and so forth. We got this beautiful door. Take you out here and say, all dried in, just ready for the garage door and that siding. And there you have it. End of phase 1. The structure's up and we're ready to start fine tuning.
That's good.